So, I had brought my truck to the local mechanic shop. Um, Prior to doing that, I had replaced the downstream faulty O2 sensor, um, which was on the lean bank, which turned out to be the driver's side for those of you that don't know. And uh, I also knew it was going to need some tires, so I had the mechanic shop throw some tires on after I fixed the O2 sensor. And when I bought the truck, I got it home and there was a check engine light on. So I put my scanner on it and I found out it was the O2 sensor. Um, so I replaced the O2 sensor and the check engine light went off and it stayed off. Uh, but I was still having some acceleration problems and it was having an issue with shifting. Um, so that was part of the reason why I brought it to the mechanic shop, was so they could do a smoke test and a compression test. And with doing that, they found out there was a misfire on cylinder five. So they replaced all the spark plugs and they replaced the ignition coil, along with doing an alignment and throwing tires on the front. Um, the ABS light is on, so I had them, check into that as much as they possibly could, and they determined that it is most likely the speed sensor that itself, or it could be in the pigtail, or it could be in the wiring that actually runs underneath the truck. They couldn't take the sensor out and like test it or do anything like that, whatever they were going to do, because um, the the bolt that holds the sensor in place is so rusted that they're afraid, um, if that bolt head snaps off, it could cause a problem because then you got to drop the axle and you got to drill out um, the remainder of the bolt and then retap it and install the new sensor. Um, so also, when they had it up on the lift, they determined that there is extensive rust damage underneath. The rust damage is so bad, it is to the point where they told me they don't recommend I use my truck for work at all. And they said if I do use it for work, I should limit myself to hauling maybe one or two things at a time. So that means, like, if I'm going to haul a refrigerator, I can haul maybe one or two. Um, and if I have a bunch of jobs come up, whereas maybe I say I'm hauling furniture, I could only, if it's like couches and stuff, I could only haul one at a time, which is a problem because at the dump, you know, for those of you that don't know, a lot of dumps will charge you based on weight if you bring in multiple, or if you're bringing in just one, they'll charge you a single item price. It's cheaper to have them charge you by weight typically, over just a single item. And not only would I be running into problems with that, but also there's the added gas to go back and forth. And so, actually, in a way, I'd be losing money if I did that instead of being able to fill up my trailer. Um, the rust damage is so bad, it's actually at the seam where the side of the rail meets the bottom. So, right at that 90-degree area, which you've seen based on the thumbnail. And the parts that are in that area that are not rusted through, the metal is paper thin. So basically, it can't be welded. It's a big safety issue. Um, so what I'm getting at is that dealership sold me a truck that had a faulty O2 sensor, or not faulty O2, faulty speed sensor, which is throwing the ABS, and the frame rusted through. When we were looking at the truck, my stepdad and I, we had crawled underneath and we didn't see any issue with the rust, but that's because the person that had the truck before me, they had painted like a rust barrier underneath, which is fine, except for the rust was painted over. So that's an issue. I can't bring the truck back and get my money back. My best option at this point is to use it as a trade-in. Um, but I've had the truck for less than a month, and I don't have the title or the plates yet. So right now, I have to wait to get those in the mail. Who knows how long that's going to take? Um, so it sucks because basically I can't work at the moment. And those of you that have been following my videos, you know that about 2 years ago, I had bought a different pickup truck, which was a Chevy Silverado. I think it was 3/4 ton, and that truck I had purchased, and then it turned out to need $8,000 worth of work. And this is the second pickup truck that I bought, and I've been able to use it for less than a month. I've only done 3 jobs with it, and it looks like I might not really be able to do any more. I have some things coming up tomorrow and Friday to do, and I'm not. I think I can get those done without pulling my trailer. We will see. I really don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video.